guys, Melissa Gross here, and I am working on a layout inspired by Stacy's April 2023 story process video. So the category that she picked is things, and the start here is photos. So I'm starting with two photos about a thing. The first photo is this one here, a picture of my hubby at Christmas time in 1969, and he is holding the toys that he got for Christmas. The layout is actually going to be about one of those toys, which is the Xodiac Colorform alien. Yes, that's it. So fast forward like 43 years, and my husband and I were at a toy show because he still collects toys. And he actually found one of those aliens at the show and he bought it. So after the show, I snapped this photo of him holding the Xodiac Colorform alien. And I've always wanted to put these two on a layout about that particular toy. So when we got in the car on the way home, I said, well, whatever happened to your original toy? And he said, well, I played with it so much. It's got wires in there. That's how it moves. And, the wires just got all worn out and everything. So he just really loved that toy. So that's the conversation that kind of started the idea of putting these two photos on a layout together. So I have my thing, the alien. I have my photos to start with. I have the conversation that sparked this idea for a story. And then the other is the Go Wild. And Stacy drew the color card to use a color scheme. So what I decided to do for my colors is to go straight to the source, and I had my hubby actually pull the Xodiac Colorform alien, and I will be using these colors as my color scheme. So it's mostly these blues and kind of this red, I don't know, reddish orange color, and there's a little bit of purple. I don't know if you can tell there. His little shield. And so normally I pull all of my colors from my photos, but in this case I have a black and white photo, and I have this color photo of him holding the toy. So I'm going to use this as my color scheme. All right, here we go. Let's see what happens. Okay, so here we are at my craft table, and I have pulled out some papers. On the video, it doesn't look, this looks a little brighter, but they actually are pretty close in real life. So I've got some of the blues, some of the reds. I pulled out a piece of white since this one is, this photo already has a white border. So I've got those things ready. Also found this striped paper, which I really like because I think it kind of brings all of these together. It gives me a little bit of pattern, pulls out some other colors, and I found a little piece of purple that I might use a little strip of, not sure, just to bring out the purple that's in his suit. And two other things I found in my scraps. I found these old Viewmasters, and so since that's kind of vintage along with the toy, I might use those as the base of my embellishment clusters. And I found two other little scraps where I had already punched. I really like this little punch that looks like the edge of a notebook paper, and a friend of mine has it. I don't happen to have it right now, and so I just always punch some when I go to her house. So just pull those little scraps, and then I made a little sketch of what I'm thinking about doing, kind of based on what Stacy did a little bit. She had the stripes over here and her photos here, but changing it up. So I'm just going to go with that. So I'm just going to start working. The other thing that I like to do is I typically ink the edges of my papers. So I did grab some powder puff ink, and I think that ties it all in sometimes. So I'm just going to kind of putter with this and see how it goes. Here we go. So I'm back with the final layout now. I have the journaling added, the photos, I added all my little embellishments are on there. My husband actually wrote up the journaling. So I'm very excited to have this layout completed. And I want to read the journaling because not only do I have photos that are connecting, listen to how he does a great job of connecting the time periods. Christmas 1969, Santa left me one of my all-time favorite toys under the tree, a Colorform's alien outer space man figure, Xodiac, the man from Saturn, to be more precise. This colorful action figure was from a line of bendable figures intended to be alien adversaries for Mattel's popular Major Matt Mason astronaut line. Anyway, I absolutely loved this toy. Beyond the connection to Major Matt Mason, which I also had, an added bonus was that it looked remarkably like the Emperor Guillotine character from the Japanese Johnny Sokko's Flying Robot TV series. Unfortunately, this type of toy, just like Major Matt Mason, wasn't an all-plastic action figure like G.I. Joe or what we have today. Rather, it was a soft rubber figure with an internal wire skeleton that allowed for the figure to be posed, bent in any shape, to be used with a myriad of accessories purchased separately, batteries not included. While the concept was great, the thin little wires inside would quickly become weakened and then eventually break. If you remember the Harry Potter scene when Professor Lockhart accidentally removed Harry's arm bones, then you know what happened to poor Xodiac. Regardless, I kept this figure for ages, but like most toys, it was lost to time somewhere along the way. Fast forward about 40 years later, while attending a local Dallas toy show, I happened to come across a loose Xodiac in near perfect condition, which even included his staff and laser gun for what I considered a very reasonable price. That was my husband's consideration. Of course, I immediately jumped at the opportunity to reacquire my old friend for my own toy collection, where he still resides to this day. And then I put his initials and the date. So there you have it, my story process for April 2023. Thanks for watching.